Well, why don't they call? They've had plenty of time to decide. Hello? Yes, this is John. Yes, I know why you're calling. They did? Oh, they did. No. I guess that's it then. Thanks anyway.
Did you hear about John Taylor? They voted him out as student council representative because he was caught cheating.
Who? John Taylor voted out
John
as student
Taylor
council
cheating?
representative.
Who
is cheating?
John Taylor.
John Taylor?
John Taylor.
John Taylor?
John Taylor.
You a cheat, John? John, what have you done? Remember how it all started? The day you went over to Mary's house to study for the test. Remember?
All right, John, now look. The problem is to factor x squared minus 9x plus 20. Now, how do you do it?
Let's see. X squared minus 9x plus 20. You take the x squared minus the 9x and... Oh, you subtract x from x squared, and then you... Oh, golly, Mary, I don't know anything about this factoring business.
John, you do too. Now, the answer is the quantity x minus 5 times the quantity x minus 4. Now, do you see how I got it?
Yeah, I guess I do. But golly, Mary, this stuff's awful. I just don't get most of it.
You'll just have to. You won't pass the test tomorrow.
I know it. Mary, if I get stuck on the test, you'll help me, won't you?
How can I help you?
It's easy. Miss Granby hardly ever comes back to where we sit. If I get stuck, I'll just ask you for the answer.
Well, I don't know.
Oh, forget it. I probably won't have any trouble anyway.
But you remember what happened the next day, John. Miss Granby's test was even tougher than you thought it would be. There were a lot of problems you couldn't work, and it seemed to you that you didn't stand a chance of passing the test. And right there in front of you sat your pal Mary, with her head chock full of all the answers you needed. You thought about it. There you were, desperate. And there was your salvation within arm's reach. So you decided to take a chance. You asked Mary for help. And of course, Mary, being Mary, gave you the help. It was all so simple. You began to wonder why you'd spent so much time worrying about the test. Yes, sir, you felt pretty pleased with yourself. You'd put one over on Miss Granby. A few days later, Miss Granby returned the graded papers. Was there a shadow of doubt in Miss Granby's face as she looked at you? What was there for Miss Granby to doubt? After all, wasn't this the best grade you'd ever made on an algebra test? Maybe that was it. Maybe the grade was too good. Somehow that odd little look Miss Granby gave you seemed to haunt you.
Did you really earn that 92, John?
I
wonder.
Oh, she didn't mean anything. That test wasn't very important anyway.
Yes, you thought it was just a little thing, but it was the beginning of all your trouble. After that, life went on for you pretty much as usual. You were busier than ever with sports, with Mary and your friend Jim, and most of all with your new job as student council representative. You'd always wanted to be on the student council, and you were really proud of yourself the day you were elected to take Jack Martin's place when he moved out of town. But now, with the honor of the job, went the necessity of keeping your grades up, and that was your problem.
Hello?
This is Jim. Let's go down to Sam's and get a hamburger.
I can't, Jim. I've got homework to do.
Oh, don't worry about it. You've got plenty of time.
Okay, let's go get a hamburger. I'll see you in a minute.
The big clock in the hall went on ticking off its even measure of time.